To the disappointment of many fans, the Dallas Cowboys' philosophy has changed when it comes to how they build their roster and free agency. Instead of handing out large contracts to veterans from other teams, Dallas has decided to spend those monies on re-signing their own. In the end, that philosophy has resulted in 3 playoff appearances and 2 postseason wins since 2010. Despite their lack of success, the Cowboys have maintained that kind of thinking even into this offseason, refusing to improve their roster and free agency unless they consider the move to be a bargain. And now, it's cost them a future Hall of Fame player. On Wednesday it was announced that former Seattle Seahawks safety Earl Thomas has agreed to a 4-year, $55 million deal with the Baltimore Ravens. Just last year, the Cowboys attempted to trade for Thomas but could not agree with Seattle on compensation. With the 29-year-old hitting the free agent market this offseason, Dallas no longer had to give up a draft selection to obtain his services. But suddenly the Cowboys had a change of heart. Instead of using their monies to sign the 6-time Pro Bowler, Dallas has gone about the business of securing its own. And that's a short-sighted mistake when it comes to Thomas. While Thomas plans to ink a contract that will pay him an average of $13.75 million a season, with $32 million guaranteed, the Cowboys have opted to pay aging players like linebacker Sean Lee and tight end Jason Witten instead. Dallas has also spent those monies to keep players like wide receiver Allen Hurns and fullback Jamize Olawale. Hurns was a disappointment last season, posting only 20 receptions. Yet, instead of releasing him, the Cowboys are going to pay him $6.25 million in 2019. As for Olawale, the player best known for dropping a touchdown pass against the Indianapolis Colts last year, he's getting a new 3-year, $5.4 million deal with $2.8 million guaranteed according to John Machota of the Dallas Morning News. ESPN's Todd Archer reported that 36-year-old Witten's 1-year contract is for a base salary of $2 million, but he can earn up to $5 million with incentives. And that the 32-year-old Lee actually reduced his salary to a base of $2 million, but he'll have a cap number of $6.01 million because of possible bonuses. So far this season, Dallas has spent their precious salary cap space on the above, plus role players like linebacker Justin March Lillard, safety Darian Thompson and former professional baseball player turned tight end Cody McElroy. I find it hard to believe this group will have a bigger impact than Thomas would have. The point is the Cowboys have money to spend. But they would rather invest in aging veterans, underachievers, projects and special teams players than a transcendent star in free agency in an area of major need. The philosophy clearly needs to be adjusted in Dallas, as some free agents are actually worth the money because of the impact they can have on your team. Don't believe me? Check out this article, Dallas Cowboys, 15 Best Free Agent Acquisitions of All Time. Next, Dallas Cowboys 15 Best Free Agent Acquisitions of All Time. Missing out on a special talent in Earl Thomas to keep players like Allen Hurns, Jamize Olawale and Justin March Lillard on the roster is a flawed approach. While teams like the Cleveland Browns are making strides to improve themselves in free agency, the Cowboys continue to keep their hands in their pockets and have become bottom feeders, scavenging the clearance bins for a veteran or two to fill their needs. And while it may make financial sense, it doesn't make football sense, as that philosophy just cost you a player who could have been the missing piece to returning America's team to the Super Bowl.